Okay, so now let's move on to this story with Don Lemon, who, has basically gone in and let have of Megyn Kelly. I think they were still going back and forth on this. However, I didn't care enough to sit and follow the back and forth. So I didn't proceed on with it because I know like Don Lemon was going hard for his friends. Speaking of people, because we talked earlier, and that's why I was bringing this up because you had Rachel Maddow who was defending her friend, and now you have Don coming in to defend his friend. So he said the following. So now Megyn Kelly decided to jump on social media and talk about she's a racist and all this other stuff. And how many times have I told y'all Black people cannot be racist? I know it's so hard for you clear folks to realize that, but Black people cannot be racist. You can be prejudiced. You can say things that, against other people, but we cannot be racist. Number one, you ain't never seen no Black people out here oppressing people like the way white folks have historically. So that's usually what racism stems from. The ability to have the power to oppress someone who is under you, that does not have the same level of power that you do. Hence is why y'all be trying to take woke and turn that around and weaponize that word and turn it into a negative, which we're not allowing. So yeah, he didn't pull any punches on his show, basically calling out her, Megyn, for attacking MSNBC anchor Joy Reid. Now, if we're going to talk about who's an actual racist, it would be this bitch in the middle. Because remember that time when she was on her show, I think it was on NBC or something or another, and there was a whole debate up there and Joan Rivers' daughter, Melissa Rivers, and it was some white dude and some other people. So they're literally up here debating about blackface with no Black people on the damn panel. Make that make sense. And this is what I don't understand when it comes to white folks. Y'all literally will get on TV and debate things that you have no inclination of or no educational source of whatever. But then you bring white people, and just because you get a little spray tan, don't make you Black. Just because you spread your legs with some Black dick does not necessarily mean you can speak for the Black community. You need to have some actual Black folks up there that can not only educate, but to let y'all know what the tea was. But again, I'm from the school of, I'm sick and tired of us always having to come in to educate y'all on stuff you should be privy to. You too damn grown and too damn old to not understand the history of blackface and equate it with, oh, like it's Halloween and people dress up as a Navi or dress up as the Wicked Witch and put green paint on. Well, guess what? Green paint, blue paint, that shit comes off. Black paint, that don't come off. Well, if you Black. But then again, there are things out here, creams and soaps and all kinds of other stuff where you can bleach your skin. That's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. But for the most part, that's the skin you was born with. That don't come off in the wash like green and blue paint. And for dizzy ass clear bitches like her to act obtuse on purpose on TV because you need a rating, and then was on her show shaking with the voice. Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't know. You know how they be getting. You know how the Karens get. And I'm talking about Karens. I ain't talking about all white people. And this is why I said this irritates my spirit when I gotta come on here and I always gotta do some, not all. If it don't apply, let it fly. I guess that's gonna be the line I'm gonna be using ad nauseum today. But I do have the clip of Don, dear old Don, over on his channel during his Hot Topic segment, talking about, and shout out to DL Hughley for pulling this clip, where he was talking about it. Please hold.
So let me just say to Megyn Kelly, in my 30-some years as a journalist and my 50-some years as a person of color, go fuck yourself. Okay?
Now, hold on. Didn't Jasmine Crockett tell Elon Musk to do the same damn thing? Please hold.
I usually don't like to talk about her because she's one of those people, she thrives on it. She has built the second part of whatever of her career on being a troll. So this is what Megyn Kelly said about Joy Reid, right? And remember, Joy Reid is a woman, Megyn Kelly's a woman. She's supposed to be all about women and, supports women. Okay, so this is what she said. Remember when Joy Reid laughingly mocked white women tears as pathetic and offensive to her? Who's crying now, Joy? Good riddance. to the absolute worst person on television, and shame on NBC for letting it go on this long. And she has a, she is an axe to grind when it comes to MSNBC. And also, this whole, she's racist, right? It's just, I'm going to give you the evidence. Supposedly learned from it and then spent every day after apologizing for it and being fired for it, then spent every day proving the point that she is a racist. And not very supportive of women. If you look, all you have to do, the evidence is in her Google search and what she says about women, how she calls them out all the time. The worst person. No, Megyn Kelly. The worst person on television was fired from NBC in the Today Show a few years ago, and that's Megyn Kelly. That's the worst person who's not on television anymore, is you. That's the worst person who's not on television. So hoorah for that. NBC did something good with that. You know why? I like to give proof of things, evidence. Like when I said Donald Trump, the president of the United States, was racist, it wasn't my opinion. This isn't my opinion about Megyn Kelly. The evidence is there. I'm going to show you the evidence of Megyn Kelly, and that's just as I showed you the evidence of Donald Trump. So let me just say to Megyn Kelly, in my 30-some years as a journalist and my 50-some years as a person.
Okay, so they're basically in the clip today. So there was some people in the comments. One person, I am living for Don Lemon Unleashed. I want this type of freedom for Joy Reid. She would thrive on YouTube. I did say that earlier when I was talking about her with Rachel Maddow. Another person said, love me some Don Lemon Pepper. You like me. Well, we like to change people's names. And it said to sip from the cup after the F-bomb meant he was committed and needed to make sure his throat was ready. You look. Did y'all see that episode of Pose when Electra was about to read that white woman down when he was in the Hamptons? It was like, all right, take a sip, coat the throat, read the bitch. And that's what he did. Because sometimes that's what you got to do. And Megyn Kelly will sit up there and try to read, which she can't, because I don't think any homosexuals like her ass. Because have you seen what she looked like with the hair and makeup? She clearly doing her own hair and makeup in the dark. So shout out to Don Lemon for speaking up for his friend Joy Reid and reading this bitch down to the ground. Because I ain't never liked Megyn Kelly grifting ass. But that ain't the only people he decided to go in on too. He went in on closeted homosexuals. So hold on. Because I saw this video. Shout out to the Jasmine brand. Because there was a video that they posted over on a TikTok where he claimed that married men regularly hit on him at Republican events. He also referenced reports from last July that the LGBTQ dating app Grindr allegedly crashed during the Republican National Convention conference in Milwaukee. Well, we already make jokes about that, but there was always a little truth when I make my jokes. But we all knew that. It was like, I know that Grindr is going ham at this RNC, because I cannot tell you how many closeted faggots is on that side. So we have that clip, and we're going to play what he had to say. Please hold.
At Republican events from married people.
Married men.
Yeah.
The same men that go around asking what a woman is.
Yeah. And saying that liberals are groomers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are blowing up Grindr at the Republican convention. Got it. I get hit on a lot at Republican events.
So, and I'm sure that there are many a prostitute on the male side that can tell you some stories about these officials that are literally out here trying to roll back all the progress that we made. And it may not be a lot, but it's enough. Well, it's enough for now, but we got far more to go in regards to the progress in regards of queer rights, especially when it comes to our trans brothers and sisters. So you got these people that self-hating ass homos out here who are trying to roll back stuff because that grift and that coin is way more important, because they got whatever shame that they dealing with their sexuality, that they're willing to roll back a lot of our rights for what? For a little fame? For a little moment in the spotlight? For a bump in your pay? I hope it's worth it. But guess what? You ain't getting well, I was gonna say you ain't getting none of this nookie. I ain't the bottom, so you was never gonna get this ass. So I say all this to say, what do y'all think of this story? And yeah, fuck you, bitch, in regards of Miss Megyn Kelly. But all the other stuff, including the closet homosexual stuff, let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.